Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a travel backpack that I've been checking out for a couple of weeks now. This is from a company called Tolaccea. They reached out and asked if I'd be interested in checking out their bags. They provided me a couple of models to choose from, and I went ahead and chose this one here that you see in front of you. This is their model U01, and this is a travel backpack. It's a 40-liter bag, but it does have the ability to expand up to 50 liters. So this is a perfect bag, especially if you're the type of person that likes to do one bag traveling. This is going to give you a lot of really good options to be able to do that. One of which is it has up to 10 different compartments, which allows you to distribute your gear very, very well. Now, the bag is constructed of 100% recycled polyester, so it's going to be nice and tough. It's going to be able to hold up to whatever it is that you put it through. Now, this particular one I chose in the khaki color. It is also available in a lighter khaki and also in black. I went with this one because I just like the contrast from the khaki with the orange accents all the way through it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bag. We'll take a look at some of the different pockets and what you can use them for, and that way you'll have a better understanding in case you want to go ahead and pick one of these up. Again, this is the model U01. They do have other models available, so you know, if you want to check out the site, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. You can go ahead and do that. All right, so taking a look at the outside of the bag first, we'll start at the top right here. First things first is you do have this nice grab handle at the top. It's nice and secure. It's very easy to get to. So this is going to be perfect if you weigh the bag down. You can go ahead and pick it up through here, and you're not going to have to worry about it coming loose or anything like that. You do have nice stitching all the way around. And what I do like is that with this section here with the grab handle, they actually continued it on both sides of the bag, and they sectioned it off, and they've used this contrasting orange stitching. But what it does is it gives you different areas that you can attach different things. So like a carabiner, if you wanted to hang like a water bottle or something from the outside, you can go ahead and do that. And you have a couple different ones coming down here. So as you keep going down the side of the bag here, you also have these two little orange tabs that you can go ahead and do the same thing, attach different things to the outside of the bag. Now on this side, you're going to have a water bottle pocket, and this is nice and deep, but it also has elastic which allows it to expand, so it will fit larger size water bottles in there. But you can also use it for different things. Like I sometimes like to throw a tripod in there if I'm going to go on a shoot or something like that, or if I wanted to put like a rain jacket or an umbrella. If it's a rainy day, I can go ahead and put it on the outside right there. But I like the fact that you do have this dedicated pocket specifically to put water bottles if I wanted to. So taking a look at the other side, again, you have that webbing kind of continued through there all the way down, and then it actually has two different grab handles on this side as well. This is perfect because if you did want to stow your backpack straps, you are able to do that. And if you wanted to carry it just like in a briefcase on the side right here, you can go ahead and do that either by grabbing both of the handles or grabbing one or the other individually. And then again, you do have those segmented webbing right there to attach different things to it. You do get those two little orange tabs on this side as well. So again, you do have a lot of different options to carry gear with this bag, even on the outside starting there. So taking a look at the very bottom right here, you do have two other webbing straps right there. So if you did want to attach things on the bottom there, you can go ahead and do that. Now, besides all the webbing all around, you also have these straps, and you do get a nice length of the strap right here, and you have the buckles there. So the bottom one right here will actually allow you to put other items on the bottom there. So if you wanted to put like a jacket or something like that on the bottom, you can go ahead and do that. If not, you can unbuckle those straps like that, and it'll give you easier access to the bottom of the bag right here. Now there is a pocket on the bottom here, as you guys can see there. It's kind of like a half moon zipper, and inside is a dedicated shoe pocket. Now this is great because it allows you to access your shoes and stuff like that from the outside of the bag, which is really nice. Now the instructions for the bag do say that this will fit up to a US size 12 shoe, so that's really cool that they do provide you that information. It is nice and deep, so you can go ahead and put your shoes in there or anything else that you'd wanted to, and then you can go ahead and buckle this back up. And then the good thing is that these are also compression straps, so if you do find that you don't have too much stuff in the bag and you want to compress it down so it doesn't take up too much room, you can go ahead and do that. And then the same to be said with the top ones right here. You can go ahead and use these to compress things, or if you wanted to, hang other things from there, you can go ahead and do that as well. Now, we spoke at the bottom pocket there. Let's go ahead and move up. Starting at the very front right here, you do have this zipper pocket. It's a big dump pocket here. There's no organization or anything like that. It's just something really deep in there, but I do like the fact that they did a contrasting color on the inside, and it is light, because it makes it a lot easier to see anything that you have in there. Now, this is perfect for quick grab items, like if you want to put snacks, if you want to put your passport, your phone, your wallet, things like that in there. Very easy for you to get to while you're traveling. That is a great pocket for that, and that's pretty much what I would be using it for. Now, we'll go ahead and take a look at this next pocket. This pocket actually unzips all the way around, and it clamshells open, and what you get is a nice flat pocket right here. Now, this is perfect for like a light jacket, or if you want to just put like a sweater or something like that, something that if you're in the plane and you want to get to it, you can go ahead and do that. That's probably what I would put here, just because it's not very deep, but it's nice and big. Now, you do get the flap of the pocket right here is a large pocket. You have this kind of see-through material in the front right there, this plastic material, and then you get your zipper right here. Now, this pocket actually has a vent hole, as you guys can see down there. It vents to the outside right here. So this is good if you wanted to put like maybe some dirty clothes or something like that. You don't want it to mix with your clean clothes. You can go ahead and put that right there. So again, this is more of a flat pocket, but it's nice and clamshells open to make it easier to get into. Now, one other thing that I wanted to showcase on the outside of the bag right here is you see this section right here. This is actually a charging port, and what you do get is you get a USB-C or a USB-A charging port, and it allows you to connect a charging cable to it, and by using a battery bank on the inside of the bag, you can go ahead and charge up your devices as you're walking around and you have the bag on you. I like the fact that they did include that. I like that they put it nice and high on the bag. A lot of other bags tend to put it lower and it kind of gets in the way and stuff like that. This one is right in the middle of this right here, which is not in the way, but it's nice and high as well. All right. So let's keep going with the bag. We'll take a look at the next section. Before we get to the pocket, you'll see that there is a zipper right down here. This is the zipper that's going to go all the way around the bag, and it's going to allow you to expand it from a 40-liter bag to a 50-liter bag. It's right here in the middle. It's towards the bottom, so it's not going to get in the way, and that's really cool. So your next set of zippers right here is going to give you access to the main compartment. So you do have the ability to put a lock in the zippers here. So if you wanted to lock those down, you can go ahead and do that. And then you have these nice kind of paracord or cordage zipper pulls with these plastic ends, which makes it very easy to get to. Now you can go ahead and unzip that. Again, this one is going to clamshell open as well. And as you can see, it is nice and roomy in there. So this is going to be the bag where your shoes are going to be going. But if you're not going to use that, you can just go ahead and roll it, put it towards the bottom, out of the way. You do have some compression straps and cinch straps right in here. You got two of those, one at the top and one at the bottom. So when you put all your clothes or whatever it is that you're going to put in here, you can strap it down so it doesn't move around. And then here is going to be the cable that you're going to attach your battery bank to allow you to charge your devices from the outside. And there is a little pocket right in there that you can go ahead and drop that battery bank into. That way it's not rolling around. On the top section right here of the door of this section, you do get two zippers. The top one has a mesh zipper in, or a mesh front there, and then the bottom one has a plastic front similar to the one I showed you earlier. Very easy to get into. These are nice and flat, but it allows you to kind of put your items in there that you might not want them rolling around. So this bottom section would be perfect for like your toiletry items. If you wanted to put those loose and not in a dedicated toiletry bag, this is the pocket that I would put that. And then this one right here would be perfect for smaller accessories, things like maybe ties, socks, underwear, things like that. That can go right in there. So as you can see, this bag gives you a lot of really good options to be able to organize your gear and your clothing and whatever it is that you're going to be carrying in there, and not have to worry about going digging or stuff like that. So speaking about not having to dig into the bag to get into things, the next zipper section right here is actually going to give you access to that same section that we were just in. the main compartment. Now this is perfect because if you have an item that you want to have quick access to, but you don't want to go into the big compartment, this is perfect. You can make sure that that item sits right at the top, and it'll give you really easy access to that. So this is where I would have something like a toiletry kit. If I had a dedicated toiletry kit, something that maybe I want to use while I'm in a layover at the airport and freshen up or something like that, I can go ahead and grab it right from here, and I don't have to worry about, you know, unbuckling and taking the bag off and, you know, going through the main compartment. It's right there, very easy to grab to. Then in the very back right here, you have another pocket. These zippers do lock as well. They have the section to be able to lock them. And this is going to be kind of like your dedicated laptop or electronic pocket. Again, it is a nice lighter shade material contrasting in the inside. First thing you're going to have is you're going to have this nice long key keeper here, so you can attach your keys if you wanted to and drop them right in there. You do have a section right there with this separator there, and then on the opposite side you have the other section here, which is where your laptop would go, and then you have this Velcro closure. Now the really cool thing is they actually also included with the bag this really nice padded laptop bag. So as you can see, it's nice and fluffy. This will fit, I believe, up to a 17-inch laptop in there. Again, you have that same color in there. So you can go ahead and drop your laptop in here if you wanted to, and then you could drop this right into that pocket for extra security or extra protection. So you can see that goes right in there, and the Velcro closure goes there, and it's going to be nice and secure. So I do like the fact that they did include that, because again, if you wanted to take out the laptop, maybe you're going to have this bag either you know, probably on top, if you're going to be using it as a carry-on, on the top of your seat you can bring out your laptop and just have that. If you're going to be using it while you're in the plane and stuff like that, that is really cool. They included that. Now taking a look at the back of the bag here, you do have this other carry handle, grab handle here. It is a nice orange contrasting color, which is really cool. I do like the fact that they include that. And then you have your backpack straps. Now these are really nicely padded. You do have these lift, so this, not exactly sure what these are called, but basically what this does is it lifts the straps up higher, so if you want your, you know, the load to ride higher, it makes it a little bit more comfortable. So that is included also. And then you have these kind of keepers for those, and they do have these reflective bands on them. So that is really cool because, again, as you're wearing it, it's going to be reflective. You do have a chest strap right here, which has a nice long amount of the strap material. So if you have a wider chest, it'll be a lot more comfortable, and you can go ahead and secure that. And it does have a built-in whistle right there, which is really nice. Again, if you have an emergency or something like that, you can go ahead and use that. And these actually do move up and down on this section of the strap, so it makes it a little bit more comfortable. You do have the ability to adjust these, the backpack straps, if you wanted to make it you know, either tighter on your body or looser. And then you do have the ability to go ahead and remove the backpack straps right at the bottom here, because if you wanted to go ahead and stow them, you can go ahead and stow them right in the back here. There's a little snap closure right here, and then those backpack straps will go right in there. So as I mentioned earlier, if you wanted to carry the bag more like a briefcase style by doing that and using those side grab handles, you can go ahead and do that as well. At the bottom here, you do have a waist strap also. It's nice and wide, which is really nice. That way, if you do have a pretty heavy load, you can go ahead and use the waist strap to kind of help you carry it and be more comfortable. Now, the only thing that I wish this did have, two things, is with this waist strap is that it would be removable. I don't use it all the time, so I would like to remove it. If not, you either have to have it cinched down like this and then it's on your back, or you'd have to have it loose and then it's just kind of like dangling down. And then the other thing I would want to see is maybe some keepers, because as you can see, you do have a lot of length for this strap. So if there were to be like maybe like an elastic keeper or something like that, that would keep these nice and tidy so they're not hanging down or anything like that, you know, that would be cool too. So maybe in a version 2 or something like that, we might be able to see that. So that is a look at the full complement of the pockets that this bag has. Again, this is from Tolaccea. This is the U01 model. Again, it is a perfect option for travel purposes, especially if you want to do one bag travel. I know a lot of folks are doing that, especially if you're going on a quick trip or something like that. But again, because this is a 40-liter bag and it is expandable up to 50-liter, you can actually push the limits on how much you can carry, how much gear, how much clothing, how much everything you can carry in this bag, you know, to your heart's desire. And the fact that you have all those different pockets, up to 10 different compartments, allow you to distribute your gear. That way you know where everything is and it's not moving around, it's not jostling around while you're trying to get into it. I really do especially like that kind of secondary pocket at the top here, or not pocket, but zippered pocket here, where you can actually grab the items from your main compartment, because you know it obviously makes it a lot easier than having to take the bag off and going into the compartment, unbuckling stuff and stuff like that. And then even to the addition of that USB charging ports, and the fact that they thought about, you know, electronics in the future and making it USB-A and USB-C. You know, a lot of folks have a lot of their electronics are going to USB-C now, but some might have still USB-A, so you do have the best of both worlds by having those two options there. So as I mentioned, if you guys are interested in checking out the bag here, the U01 model, or any of the other models that Tolaccea has available, I will leave a link in the description to their website. You can see the different colors that are available, you can see the different bags, and if you want to pick one of these up, you can go ahead and do that. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.